What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Awesemo.com coming to you with my three main targets for Jock Market tonight. It's technically going to be five. I have two doubled up situations because I think there's a lot of injury news that might dictate what I do on Jock Market tonight. If you haven't had a chance to play over there, it's a really fun site where you can make money of shares of players every single second, every single day. It's just like the stock market where you're able to get shares in the pre-game IPO phase, the initial public offering, and then you're able to buy, sell, and trade them during the games based on your analysis, based on what happens. Sign up using promo code Awesemo to get $50 first match deposit bonus. Plus, if you play in your first market tonight, if you play NBA, you will get refunded up to $100 of your losses. So complete free roll with that $50, get another $50. And if somebody gets hurt, something happens there, and you lose $100, you will get it all refunded. So there's really nothing to lose. Now, let's get to my three picks for Jock Market tonight. The first situation I want to talk through is John Collins and Clint Capela. Both of them are going to be very cheap as far as the pregame IPO phase. At least if they aren't, you don't have to bid on them. So that's the really nice thing, is being able to try to find value. I like players on Jock Market relative to the way other players like them. It's tiered in a certain way where the payout structure works out $25 to first place, whoever has the most fantasy points, so on and so forth going down. But I think the guy that I really want to capitalize on in this injury situation would be Clint Capela. We have a very interesting slate tonight where it's staggered in terms of the times, the start times for the games. If John Collins is truly a game time decision, we might not know what his injury status is by the half-hour difference. So 7 p.m. Eastern time, you've got Clippers and Cleveland locking. That would be the beginning of the IPO, or the end of the IPO phase, the beginning of the bidding phase. If you're able to get John Collins in the pregame IPO phase, yeah, it'd probably be okay, but that's a lot of risk to incur. I'm looking to get Clint Capela. Absent John Collins, we see that rebound rate go up, gets a little bit more run considering he gets extra minutes there at the 5. Okongwu is a great backup, but just really isn't playing that big of minutes here, even in the absence of John Collins here. So I'm really looking at capitalizing with Capela. And if you find out that John Collins is in, he becomes the priority of the two for me to take a cheap shot on. Both of them are under $3 in our fair IPO price, free projections that we have over on Awesemo for you to check out. So take a look at that. But I'm telling you right now, I think, no doubt about it, that Clint Capela, in the absence of John Collins, would be a smash for Jock Market. Second situation to talk through, DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic, pending the Zach LaVine status. He is questionable here for today. And why is it such a big deal? Well, they go from 1.2 DraftKings points per minute, guys. So that's the closest comp you're going to have to Jock Market. And they go up to 1.3 DraftKings points per minute, guys, in the absence of LaVine. That 0.1 gap for studs on the top end is a major difference when you're talking about seeding points at the top end, simply because it tiers out, it pays out in a certain way on Jock Market, where the closer you can get to first, second, third place there, the more upside you really have, the better bet you are to be able to get in this pregame IPO phase. Right now, $9.60 is the fair IPO price for DeMar DeRozan. You got Vooch all the way down at $7.40. Now, that makes DeMar DeRozan a little bit more of the target, the priority for me, but they have exact same rates here. I know DeMar's playing nearly 40 minutes a night in the absence of him. Vooch isn't going to get up to that allotment of minutes, so that's why you're seeing a little bit cheaper number, but they both carry an immense amount of upside. I love both in the event that you get Zach LaVine out, and think they are both very contrarian guys to fit into that first, second, third spot behind Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid, who are the clear and obvious studs on this slate. And lastly, I did not put LeBron James in that stud category because I think there is a very large chance that he does not play tonight in LA. Now, this is speculation, and I know they are in the middle of like LeBron's last stand here, where if this team can't put together wins, maybe they shut down him or Russell Westbrook, or something might happen here towards the end of the season for this really lost year for the Lakers team. Still, the West, I think, is still winnable, as well as Phoenix is playing. Maybe they do give him some run, but in the event that they don't, I want to target Russell Westbrook. It does not feel comfortable. It feels really awful, in fact, but there's no doubt about it. $5.60 for a fair IPO price. I'm not sure what the public's really going to be looking at for him here, but all I know is I might get a share or two of Russell Westbrook if he's around that number or a little bit cheaper. If we do not have LeBron James news, it is the very last game of the night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. That is literally 3.5 hours after the lock, the end of the pregame IPO phase. So I think if we're waiting on LeBron news, some speculation adds of Russell Westbrook, he's still around a 1.13 DraftKings points per minute player. Again, I think that's one of the most comparable numbers we can really find. And with LeBron James off the floor, all of the opportunity shows up for him in an even more meaningful way this season. He becomes a 1.29 DraftKings points per player. So nearly a 1.15 difference between LeBron being on and off the floor. That would make Russell Westbrook a really sneaky guy to have shares of just from the get-go. So be paying attention to that injury status as well. This would be my favorite ad, as gross as it might sound, just if you're able to get him and you get that surprise LeBron scratch here going up against Toronto at home tonight. And those are my three situations, more so than picks we have for tonight. John Collins and Clint Capela talked through that one for you. DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic in the event that you get Zach LaVine out. And as gross as it is, Russell Westbrook, just a speculation ad in the event that LeBron gets ruled out. You could have a crazy amount of upside waiting in the wings there. Let me know below what you think of my picks. If there's anybody else that you think could be a really good ad for Jock Market, don't forget to use promo code Awesemo to get that $50 first match deposit bonus on anything you play over on Jock Market. Don't forget, there's $100 first market guarantee. You get refunded up to $100 of your losses in the event that you were to lose in the NBA here tonight. You get that refunded. That is a win-win situation. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck tonight.